Hey everyone, this is Michael Tritthart with michaeltritthart.com. Thanks for being here and joining us again. And we have Brianna Jones with Capital Title. Brianna, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Super excited about this. We're going to have a conversation, and then at the very end of that conversation, we're going to have a big reveal about a new venture, new partnership with Michael Tritthart and, of course, michaeltritthart.com and Capital Title. And what we're going to do in the beginning, though, is talk a little bit about Capital Title, about Brianna, about Burleson as well. So, Brianna, if you would, tell us a little bit about Capital Title and what makes you guys a great choice for real estate agents here in Texas.
Awesome. That's such an easy question. I feel like you just lowballed that one
That's
too.
right. I'm teeing it up. It's a softball.
Well, if you've never heard of Capital Title before, which I imagine you have, especially if you live in Texas, we are the largest independently owned title company in the United States, which means a lot, just carries a ton of weight. And what I love about it is Bill, who is like the head honcho CEO, CEO, everything.
Yes.
He is such a visionary. And so he has multiple companies. We have basically a sister company for taxes, for surveys, for so many other things that just ties it all together. And he's so great at running a business. So even whenever the tough times hit, I feel confident that we are going to stay sustained, and we have so many different resources, guys. We have 100 locations across Texas almost. So what that means for our agents is they can close in any one of those locations for free, essentially.
Right.
As long as we can have one of our escrow officers do a courtesy closing and they're not swamped, we can make that happen. We actually had our office in Burleson set up to close a deal down in Houston the other day. So we've got Houston, San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, whatever you need. We are all over the place. And then when you talk about me as a title rep, I'm a little different. I came from almost 10 years of experience in the marketing realm and sales specifically. So I've done door-to-door sales. I've done the marketing for franchise sales, for home services. I've done print marketing. So there's so much stuff that I bring to the table. And because I coach my agents, which there's a waiting list right now, but because I do one-on-one coaching with my agents for free, it brings another level to their execution, and we're really seeing some great results.
And see, that's huge. It's not just, hey, I'm a title rep and here's some food and that type of thing. It's like I'm going to empower you. I'm going to give you some knowledge. And what was funny, I don't know if you know this, but I've been in the title business from a training and education point of view since 2001. And so with Bill Shattuck, we were at a previous title company that no longer exists.
Oh, that's
But
right.
at the time, we were doing the marketing, we were doing the training, and we were helping to support his offices and all the other offices associated with that title company. And I still remember this quote. It's the best quote, and it lines up exactly with what you just said. We had one of our reps. She's like, "Look, I can show up and bring you food and just fatten your belly, or I can bring you some knowledge and fatten your wallet as well. Like, which one do you want?" Now,
Exactly.
some of the agents were like, "Well, I want both," but it's all about the education. It's all about the training, which is huge. And guys, if you have not gone out to Capital Title's website, I've got the link pulled up, and I specifically got the locations link pulled up. It's impressive. Like when you open up the locations link, you're like, wow. I mean, they pretty much cover all of Texas. And so that's a huge opportunity. And the fact that you are in Burleson, that's an even bigger opportunity for that area, because we have a big reveal that we're getting ready to announce. And what we're going to be doing, guys, we want you to save the date, is on March 16th. We're going to start to bring out my sessions, my workshop sessions, to the Burleson location. We're still finalizing the exact location because we want a big crowd there. So it's not going to be in the office. We're going to go offsite, and we're going to find a really nice location to do this workshop. And this is going to generate more leads for free. And I know that I shared some of the records from this class, but I'm going to share the full records with you, Brianna, and everybody on here. This class is a hands-on workshop. So we want you to bring your laptop. We want you to bring your tablet. I'm going to do what's called tell, show, do. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Then we're actually going to go out and do it. So I'm actually teaching this class tomorrow, that actually the next 2 days in Atlanta, in the afternoon sessions for huge sold out sessions. The record for this class, I had one agent get 63 listings in 1 hour for himself and his team, right? We're going to do that same technique in March at Capital Title. I had another one. I had actually a mortgage officer in the room, and this was up in Pennsylvania, and they got 15,000 leads in about an hour and a half. And then they closed their first one 4 days later. I had somebody in Austin get an $8.25 million buyer in about 30 minutes. They closed that one in about 45 days. I had somebody in Portland, Maine get a lead in 2 seconds, like a technique that you're going to do in class. They did it. And then somebody goes, me. When they were asking, like, who do you know? They're like, oh, that was easy, right? And then I've had multiple people get listing presentations, buyers, whatever the case may be, just from these easy techniques. So that's the huge thing about this class, is that it's not going to be just, hey, sit here for 3 hours and hope you retain this information about technology. What I've learned over the years is if we really want this to stick, it's got to be application. It's got to be kinesthetic learning, right? And I think that's very much in tune and in line with all the coaching and opportunities that you provide at your office with
and the reason we had this discussion about which class to teach and what would be best is because there's a lot of agents out there that are struggling. The market has shifted and the challenge has tripled. You've got to do a lot more work to really generate those leads. And I still hear those 20 to 40 deals a year that they want to make. And I'm like, you've got to up your activity. You've got to update your lead generation activities. And the fact that this is how to do it for free.
Yeah.
And you don't, because I always tell people, don't buy leads.
I'm a huge proponent of not buying leads as well, too. It's a waste of time, in my opinion.
It is. And it drains your budget and it makes it so stressful on yourself. So I am extremely excited about this class. I think I already have agents that are like, can I have a spot? Can I have a spot? I was like, yes, I'll save you a spot. I'll send out the invite link to everyone who's on my mailing list first. And I know a few people in your group, Michael, they're going to be getting that link early too. Yes. So if you do want to receive that link first, just let us know in the comments below and we will make sure that gets to you. Absolutely.
Yeah, I have people emailing me, jockeying for spots for the class in Atlanta the next 2 days. It's completely sold out. And they're like, hey, is there any way? And I'm like, I told the sponsors, I said, we should have held back like 10 tickets and scalped them, right? And, send them to the highest bidder. But we are completely sold out. And we're going to anticipate the same situation in Burleson because it is a need. And something that you just mentioned about the market shifting. I taught a class literally about 2 weeks before the market shifted last year. And we all know the market shifted in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, like on a dime. It was like, boom. And an agent who was in there, new agent within the last year, she was in that class, very nice lady. I get a call from her about a week after the market shifted. And she was in a panic. And she's like, Michael, you got a second? I'm like, sure, yeah. How can I help? She goes, I got a listing. And in my mind, I'm like, is this a trick question? Like, congrats. I mean, what are we looking for here, right? And again, new agent, and she goes, what do I do? And I went, oh my goodness.
Bless her heart.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, your brokerage hasn't provided you the training. I mean, like it was, and I think a lot of newer agents can testify to this. It was like, get my license, go get a listing, which, a little bit of work to do it, but not much in that type of market. Because I know that once I get that listing, all I got to do is put the sign in the yard or even the coming soon writer on the sign, and I'm going to get 30 offers in like 2 days. Exactly. She was a waitress taking orders at a restaurant. Well, that market is gone right now, right? It'll come back, but right now it has cycled into a different market. And this is where the training, the education is really going to step up and be a huge, huge need for those that want to not just survive in this market, but thrive. Exactly. And not everybody wants to thrive, right? And you're going to find as a real estate agent, some of your people that as colleagues and as agents, they're not going to be in this market in the next couple of years. But those that lean into the training, you're going to be here and you're going to be stronger than ever.
Right. And I've started a new workshop that's quarterly that's about activity and execution. And I think classes like this and workshops like this that actually drive you to execute and plan and take advantage of all the sources you have at your fingertips, that's what's going to be the differentiator between people who thrive and survive.
Yep.
And you have to choose which group you're going to be in.
That's right. And so I think we know which group is going to show up at the class. And we're going to have some highly motivated agents in there. We want you to bring your laptops. We want you to be ready to work. And remember, it's March 16th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We haven't mentioned this yet. You're going to earn 3 hours of CE credit as well, too. I'm a Trek certified instructor since 2001. So you guys are going to get your 3 hours, plus you're going to get lunch provided. So it's a win all around. You're going to get great education. You're going to get fed. You're going to get CE. You're going to be able to see all the great things that Capital Title can provide to you, and Brianna can provide to you as well. So any final words before we wrap up?
Guys, we are just in for your success. We want you to be one of those top tier agents. And that's why we're bringing this to Burleson. Burleson's kind of been an ignored area. And I really, in 2023, my game is just to up the education level, just to take it to the next level. That's why we're bringing in partners like Michael, who can really just take you to the next level. So I'm so excited, Michael. We've been working on this for over a year, right?
Awesome. Yeah. It's been a conversation going on for a while. And so to see it finally come to fruition is pretty exciting, because I know the agents are going to enjoy it.
Awesome. Well, I am so excited you're coming to Burleson, and it's really all of Johnson County. So if you're in Godley, Joshua, Cleburne, you are welcome to join us. Even Fort Worth. I know I have a lot of agents up in the Fort Worth area. And don't worry, if you're one of my current coaching clients, you will get a spot. You have first right of refusal. So for the live session.
Yeah. And so the live session, so you guys know too, is going to be $30, right? If you want to join via Zoom, we will have that hybrid option, because I know there's, all of the Capital Title locations that you guys could service. We can advertise to all the agents that work with them. And then my database, which is, US, Canada, Puerto Rico, we'll have some people joining us worldwide as well. And so that Zoom option is going to be $35. And then there's going to be a bonus option to get the recording. That's going to be $10. So basically 30, 35, 10. But if you're there in person, $30, you get training, you get CE, you get lunch, get an awesome time. You can't beat it. So again, guys, thanks for joining us on this. And if you have any questions whatsoever, you can reach out to me at michaeltritthart.com. You can reach out to Brianna, and we'll be happy to answer those questions and get the save the seats out there for you guys. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. See you in March.
All right.